How do we form superblocks? By? Right. How do we usually do? We'll do it by tail duplication, by duplication. But in this, our implementation, since our customers cannot tolerate codes, I mean, if the target application cannot tolerate code size increase, what we can instead do is to terminate the superblocks just before the side entries, right? That's what we did. Okay, and then for every super block we just how do we do basic block scheduling, or what do we do first? Given a basic block, what do we do? Yes, we first need to create the data dependence graph, right? What are the nodes of the data dependence graph? Basic blocks. I mean, we are constructing a data dependence graph within a basic block, right? For instructions in a basic block. What are the nodes of a data dependence graph? Okay, the instructions. Yes. Yes, it's a DAG because it's a basic block. Okay, what are the edges? Instructions are the nodes. What are the edges? Yes, data dependencies. If one instruction writes a register and if another instructions reads from the same register in that order, then there is an edge from the instruction that writes to the instruction that reads, right? Yeah, so the first step is to construct a data dependence graph. Okay, the same thing that we do here also, data dependence graph, and we schedule, right? Like very similar to basic block scheduling, but there are some there are some additional edges in the data dependence graph. Okay, these edges will help us do some illegal code motion. Okay, so can you give an example of code motion that's not legal? We saw so many examples. Many of you pointed out. Okay, I think what you are meaning is we shouldn't move a load instruction to a point where the pointer can be, I mean where to a point where we are not sure if the pointer points to a valid location. Yes, that's something. So other examples of illegal code motion or risky code motion. Right, we should move exception causing instructions to a point where that exception could be taken in an off trace path, right? I mean, yes, such kind of more code motion we shouldn't do, right? Okay, so yeah, so yeah, so okay, I'm giving some details, okay, but these details are to give you a flavor of what happens in a real world. I mean, in addition to the usual register based dependencies, flow and anti dependencies, we have some instructions called serializing instructions. Like Jayashree were talking about consistency models and all. I mean, memory consistency and all, right? Some instructions, some instructions are called synchronizing instructions. Okay, and we shouldn't reorder them. Okay, you will learn more about it in your other. In your later years, probably in computer architecture. Okay, but there are some instructions. I'm just, you don't have to understand know everything about it right now, but why I'm mentioning that is we will encounter such instructions in a real, I mean a real compiler needs to be aware of such instructions. Okay, so those instructions, yeah, let's call them as barriers. Okay, so they will be totally ordered. You cannot reorder such instructions, and you cannot move loads and stores above such instructions. Okay, and then there are memory dependencies as well. Just like register dependencies, there are some memory dependencies as well. So okay, so these are the dependencies that are already present in a basic, that are already created by the basic block scheduler itself. But for a super block scheduler, right, we need to create additional dependencies so that we don't move code illegally, right? So okay, how we saw that sometimes we shouldn't move an instruction below a side exit. Why? Because I mean, if that instruction I mean, we shouldn't move below a side exit, because if that instruction was live at the entry of the side exit, right, then if we see this is, okay, this is a, I mean this is a side exit. Okay, this is a super block, and this is a side exit. Okay, and if we move something, right, x equal to y plus z below this, then if this uses x, then it won't get the proper value, right? So okay, how can we prevent an instruction I from being moved below a side exit? How can we know that we shouldn't move, right? But how can we enforce this? Okay, I will give you a clue. Okay, in a you have a data dependency graph, right? Okay, let's say this is a, okay, let's say this is a data dependence graph. Okay, is it visible? Okay, okay, now what it means is that node A produces a value that is used by node D. So you cannot schedule node D before node A, right? Right? Okay, so by this edge, what does this edge prevent us from doing? Scheduling D before we schedule A, right? Right? This edge enforces an order that A should be scheduled before D, right? Now how do we prevent an instruction I being moved below a side exit? Same concept. Okay, I'll give you a concrete example. Okay, so this is a trace. Okay, I mean this is a super block. Okay, this is a side exit instruction. Branch not equal to some. Okay, then label 1. Label 1. Okay, so here add R1, R2, R3. Okay, so this is label 1. And this uses here R1 is defined and R1 is used here, sub R4, R1, R3. Okay, so if we move this instruction below this side exit, right, then what will happen? If this off trace path is taken, then R1 won't have the correct value, right? Because it is moved here, right? It won't have. So what should we do for preventing this motion below this? What should we do? Let's say let's call this as A, node B, right? Node A is there, node B is there. What is that we don't want to do? We don't want to schedule B before A, right? We shouldn't schedule this instruction before this instruction. So what should we do? Yes, so yes Jayshree. So if we create an edge like this, right, then we are sure that A won't, B won't be scheduled before A, right? So this is how we enforce this these conditions for legality. Okay, we just create we create additional edges. See, this is not really a data dependence edge. You can see that this instruction, right, it checks some condition codes. Okay, you are aware of condition codes. Okay, so okay, what usually happens is, if we have a condition like A not equal to B, right, how this one usually will be translated to assembly is compare let's say RA RB, okay, and then we will see what this comparison instruction does is, it will set some bits in a condition code register. Okay, the condition code register will have several bits like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, okay, like that. Okay, what this compare instruction will do is, this if these two are equal, right, if RA and RB are equal, then it will set this equal bit as 1. Okay, then what will be the not equal bit? 0, because they are mutually exclusive, right? What about greater than bit? What about less than bit? What about greater than or equal to bit? 1, because it's equal, right? What about less than equal to 1, right? So yeah, so this instruction implicitly modifies this condition code register. Okay, so and this compare instructions implicitly write to condition code registers, and conditional branches instructions implicitly read the condition code registers. Okay, even though there is no operand called hey condition code, right? Explicitly mentioned, it's not explicitly mentioned in the instruction that condition code register is read, right? But these are all these condition code registers are implicit operands for these conditional branch instructions. Okay, this is how conditional branches will be implemented. Okay, is it clear? Okay, okay. So yes, now coming back, right? So there is no actual data dependence between this and this, right? So this edge, right? It's not really a data dependence edge, but it's this edge constraints that B shouldn't be scheduled before A, right? So so what we should do is we should create an edge from I to the terminator, okay, the branch instruction, okay. And how do we prevent an instruction being moved above a side exit? Okay, this again, this is a side exit, right? Let's say this is a load instruction, load R4 R5, okay. We want to move, let's call this as C, okay. We don't want to move this load above this. What should we do? Here is the node for C. What should we do? B to C, right? So this ensures that B will always be scheduled before C, right? Okay, similarly we can, yes, similarly we can add edges to the dependence graph. Now the dependence graph is no longer just a data dependence graph, but it also enforces some other precedence constraints, right? Okay, yeah, similarly loads, yeah, the concept is the same, okay. And this is another detail that I mean, you don't have to understand this, but just to give you a flavor, what if I mean, it's, yeah, so okay, I'll skip this because you don't have to understand this, okay, for this purpose. Okay, and we have to we have some call instructions, right? We shouldn't usually we shouldn't move. It's risky to move instructions above or below a call instruction, and we create additional edges to make sure that the code movement is legal. That's why we add, for instance, the call instruction may use some physical register. Okay, okay, you are aware of what a virtual register and physical register are? Okay, okay, so in SSA form, right? In you learned about register allocation, right? What does register allocation do? Right, that is okay. Those variables, right? That is, we allocate registers to variables. That's what register allocation does, right? But for simplicity, we will call those variables as virtual registers. I think you may have heard of this virtual registers No, you, yes, no. Oh, it's somewhat different. Okay, for our purposes, we can treat variable names as virtual registers. Okay, what register allocation does is it maps variable names to it allocates registers to variables. That's what it does. Okay, but so this instruction scheduling, right, we can do either before register allocation or after register allocation. Okay, what I am talking about, right, this one was done before register allocation. Okay, so I'll tell you why this is needed. Okay, are you aware of the oh, okay, what does instruction scheduling try to do? It tries to separate the producers and consumers as much as possible. I mean, so we can fill unrelated computations between the producers and consumers, right? Right? So, so the instruction scheduler tries to separate the producers and consumers as much as possible. Okay, but that's not good for register allocation. Why? Because if we see, if we separate yes, right. So what the register, instruction scheduler does is it it tries to increase the gap between producers and consumer. Okay, it tries to increase the gap, but because of that, right, the value produced by this, right, it has to reside in this register for a longer time, because it has to stay in the register till the consumer consumes it, right? We cannot allocate the register to some other variable without spilling, right? So the drawback of instructions scheduling is it increases what is called register pressure. It increases the live range of variables. Okay, so, and that's not good for the that's not good for register allocator. Okay, because it too many variables are it can increase the register pressure, so it may lead to spilling. Okay, so what LLVM compiler does is it does scheduling in two places. One is before register allocation and one is after register allocation. Okay, what does the okay, what does the that is the one, the scheduler before register allocation is called pre-RA, pre-register allocation scheduler, and the one after register allocation is called post-RA scheduler. Okay, what the pre-RA scheduler does is it estimates the register pressure. Okay, when moving instructions, right, it will keep track of how many variables are live. Okay, is the number, is the are we unreasonably increasing the register pressure? Okay, that's what it will keep track of. It will compute a metric for that. Okay, and then it will not move instructions if the register pressure increases beyond a threshold. Okay. So likewise, if we do like that, right, the register pressure will also stay within a limit, and we will also get the benefits of instruction scheduling. That's what the pre-RA scheduler does. Okay. After register allocation also, scheduling happens. Why? Because we may have introduced spill code, right? Spill and refills. You would have learnt about spill and refills, right? In the register allocation. What is a spill? Yes, we choose a register. I mean, we choose a variable to be spilled, and the register in which it was present will be stored to memory, spilled to memory, and that register will be allocated for a new variable, right? So we will introduce new store instructions, and sometimes we will introduce new load instruction. That's called a refill, right? When we want that value back, we have to load it again from memory, right? That's a refill, right? So after register allocation, there will be additional instructions, right? With these loads and stores, right? So we know that loads are long latency instructions, and we want to hide the latency, right? So that's why there is an instruction scheduler after the register allocator. So how does LLVM solve the conflicting goals between register allocator and the instruction scheduler? First, there is a pre-RA scheduler that will keep track of register pressure during scheduling. It won't move instructions so much that the register pressure increases too much. Okay, it will keep track of the register pressure, and it will prevent movement that will lead to an unreasonable increase in register pressure. That's one of the heuristics. Okay, so by doing that, we will get the advantage of instruction scheduling, while also making sure that we don't make the job of the register allocator very difficult. Okay. So register pressure aware instruction scheduling before register allocation, and after register allocation, and another round of instruction scheduling to account for the spill and refill code. Okay, to schedule this. Okay, so what why I'm telling all of this is because these are some of the real these are some of the practical considerations for the scheduler. Okay, even though I'm not focusing on these edges, right? But we need to be aware that in a real compiler, such edges will be there. Okay. Okay, so we saw up to we saw some improvement in some benchmarks. So even though we saw that we were restricting superblocks formation by terminating before the side entries, right? Many people rightly pointed out that hey, if we do terminate before side entries, our superblocks sizes may be too small, right? But in spite of that, it was useful. Okay, so it may not happen for all kinds of applications, but luckily it happened to some of our customer applications. Okay. Yeah. So there are some limitations for this. For instance, this particular implementation didn't model register pressure. okay, and we didn't move loads, at least in the initial implementation we didn't move loads above their original basic blocks, okay, but if we move loads, then only then we will get the full benefits. I mean, we did it at a later version, but not in this version, okay. uh, in downward code motion, provided that the value that was moved below is not live at the off trace path. The value that we moved, the computation that we moved down, if it is not used in the off trace path, right, it's okay to move it, because the off trace path never use that, so it doesn't have to, I mean, we don't, it doesn't have to compute it. And also our scheduling decisions were based on a single issue processor model, because the target processor was a single issue processor. And did you learn about alias analysis in the, okay, okay, that's an advanced, very advanced phase topic. See, that will say, if that will help us know if load depends on a previous store, okay. So if we know that a store, a load is independent of the store, then we can move that load above the store, okay. See, loads and stores are a bit more complex, because see, for instance, store R1 to R5, okay, load R2 from R4, right? Can we move this load above the store? Yes. Yes, excellent, Jayashree. Yes, if we can prove that the contents of R4 and R5 are different, then we can move it. But if we cannot prove it, then we shouldn't move. Why? We'll get a wrong value, right? We'll get a stale value for this load. We should see if R5 and R4 may point to the same location, may contain the same value, right? Then what we are doing is we are storing R1 to R5, okay, and this load should get the same value of R1, right? So unless we prove that these two values are different, right, we cannot move this load above this store. So this is a memory dependence, okay. This is a dependence through memory, unlike dependence to registers, which are visible, obvious, right? So yeah, so yes, this is work is based on these two publications, and if you have any general, I mean, any questions, please feel free to ask. After this, we will we'll do a hands-on session, okay. Okay, so what I'll do is I will give a problem for you to work. Okay. Okay. So we have code like this. Okay. Uh, so this is a simplified example from the paper that I mentioned. I cited in the reference. Okay. Let's assume that A and B are global arrays with number of elements equal to n. Okay. Um, and the target processor is a single in order single issue processor, and load latency is 2 cycles. I mean, if there is a, and there is a 1 cycle stall if a load instruction is scheduled immediately before an instruction that uses its result. Okay. And also that the condition a of I if a of I equals 1 evaluates to true in most cases. Okay. Okay. First, the first thing that I want us to do is to write a pseudo assembly code for this. Okay. For this, I will write see there is a compare instruction. Okay, that will set, you can compare a register with an immediate value, a constant. Okay, and this instruction will set the condition code register, right? Like we saw, right, equal to, not equal to, right, etc., something like that. And what you can, there is a branch instruction which can read this condition code implicitly. Like for instance, you have a branch not equal to, branch equal, branch less than, branch greater than, like that. Okay, you have instructions like this. Now can anyone volunteer to write pseudo assembly code for this? Yeah, please. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Keith.
Keith.
Yeah.
Keith.
No R, only
Keith.
Keith.
Keith. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say C is in R1. Okay, yeah. R3 has N.
Use like move
Yeah.
0 to
Yeah.
moving to the right.
Left is easier. Oh yeah, anything is fine.
If
No. I mean, whichever is comfortable for you. Whichever is comfortable for you.
I'll do left to 0.
Okay. I equals 0. Okay. R3N.
So we can do branch or check.
Move R3N. That also we can do.
Okay. Instead of
Huh? Yeah. We can do it. Yeah.
Do you want me to write it in comp?
Yes. Compare. Okay.
So we need to
Okay.
compare first, right?
Okay. I is in R2. A label, some label.
We have to first load it into some register AFI.
Yes. Okay, for this I will give you an see, you can load, right? Load register a of
Like
Rx, something like that. A plus, this is essentially A plus R. Yes, A is an immediate
But
immediate constant.
so it will be load. Four.
Right.
It's
A, you can use A plus
we can't use. Okay. Now we're comparing if that is equal to 1. Should I put hash?
yeah.
Should I put branch not equal to 12?
Will is that correct? See, if it is not
Sorry, something is wrong because like
I mean, we can fix it. Don't worry. See, what we are doing is we are comparing if A is 1, right? AFI is 1. and if it is not equal to 1, we can go here. Otherwise, if it is equal to 1, we will take this. Just a branch, I mean, just add a branch not equal.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if I can just directly add the branching.
Okay, branch not equal.
L1.
Is it L1?
Because there's nothing
Okay.
else in the.
Okay.
If you want to be complete, I can add another label.
No, that's fine. I mean, do as you feel comfortable.
Okay.
L1. Okay, then
some exit
mm-hmm.
or like the end outside the.
Okay, well, what are we doing here? Are we
Okay. This part should be the if statement, like the if block.
okay? And after the if block, what we are doing?
We have to loop back.
Right.
Okay, so package. You can just. Is it just jump?
Jump. Right. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine,
Yeah,
Keith.
this statement.
L3. Where is L3?
Yeah, that's what I have defined it.
Okay, I think this is a L3. You can
That's
okay.
Make
Exit. Okay.
should be.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Kate. So, so what we are doing here, we are assigning R1 to C. I mean, we are putting C in R1, I in R2, and N in R3. So we are initializing, and then what we are doing, if this is the for loop, okay. This is the for loop, okay. If I is greater than n, then we will exit the loop, okay. Otherwise, what we do, we load R4, I mean, we load A of I, and then check if it's equal to 1, we compare it with 1. If it's not equal to 1, then we will go back to the loop, right? Because we don't we don't increment C by B of I if A of I not equal to 1. And if it is equal to 1, then we load B and add the value of B of I to C, right? Okay. This one is correct. This is perfect code. Okay. I will do some for simplicity, right? I'll usually what we can slightly improve it. Okay. The thing is here. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right. Compare. But yes, okay. What we will do is BNEQ L1 instead of L1. What we'll do is join, right? L L2. Okay, that's a good point. Okay. okay, then L2, add R2, right, R2, R2, 1, and then jump L1, right? Fine, fine. Okay, I will rewrite this loop slightly. Okay, why do I want to rewrite? Because if you look at okay, I will rewrite and you tell me if it makes things better. Okay. Okay, the same thing, compare R2, R3, okay. Okay, if B greater than, right, BGT E L3, okay, what I will do is okay, the same thing, I will load R4, A of R2, okay, then compare R4 1, then if P and EQ L2, okay, then load R5, B of R2, then add R1, R1, R5. This is incrementing C, and then what we do, L2, add R2, 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 1. Then I will again compare R2, R3, then B, LT, L1. Okay, so here now this is the loop. Okay, now this is the loop. Can you tell me the if this is if there is any difference between this and this? Let's count the number of instructions in this loop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and okay, but we have replicated, if you look at the total number of instructions, right, here it is 8 plus 2, 10, okay, but here plus 3, okay, here it is 9 plus 3, right, 9 plus 3, 12 instructions. Here 8 plus 2 plus 3, 13 instructions. The total number of instructions is more in this case, but what is the advantage here? The number of instructions in the loop is less. So if the loop is executed, say like 100 times, then the total number of instructions that will be executed is 100 into 8, 80 plus 2, 82 plus 3, 85. Here it will be 90 plus 3, 93. So even though statically the number of instructions is more in this case, the program execution time can. So this is a small thing, but the reason I wanted to do this is because superblocks formation will be easier. That's why I wanted to write the loop like this. But this is a perfectly correct translation. Okay. Let's can we construct the control flow graph? Does anyone want to volunteer? Does anyone want to volunteer? You will never forget it. Particularly if you do it wrong, you will never forget it. So that's the advantage. So the risk of doing it wrong is outweighs the, I mean, benefit, is it? Benefit of remembering it for your lifetime. Come. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Aditya.
Aditya. Okay. Aditya or Aditya?
Aditya.
Huh?
Aditya.
Aditya. Okay. Yes, please go ahead, Aditya. Okay. Yeah. Let's call this as. Okay. I want to construct the control flow graph.
Yeah. So we can.
We just name it as something like B0, something like that.
But this.
These three as B0. So because we are going to draw a graph, right?
Yeah.
It will be good if it just name as B0, B, something like that. That will be smaller.
What I was planning, like, just mark these leaders, like the first instruction as leader.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, fine. First, Aditya is trying to identify the basic blocks, which is a good strategy before constructing the control flow graph.
So to the points where we jump, we also leader.
Yes, this is a leader, this is a leader, and this is a leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
These ones are also leaders. Yeah.
Yes. Just check if there are, see these conditional branches, instructions following a conditional branch, right?
Yeah.
What are the conditional branches here? This one, okay? Okay, this is already a leader.
Yeah.
I mean, this is already a beginning of it. What is the other, what is the next conditional branch?
This one is also.
Yes, so this one, this one, this one.
Next after the.
Yes, because see, control flow can enter here, right?
Yeah.
From here to here. Okay. Yes. Yes, I think we are good. Okay. Can you? Yeah. Can you? Let's. Yes. Is everyone following what Aditya is doing? If you have a concern, please let us know. You can just call it as B0, and because the graph will become very big, here you can say it is B0. This one is B1, I mean this one is B1, B1, and this as B2, and this as B3, and L3 as B4, but that's fine. B4, okay. B4, okay. Yeah. Okay, first you can draw the nodes. From B0, okay, B4, okay, yes.
From B0, if it does not go to B4, then it will go to B1.
B1 here, okay.
From B1, if it's not equal, then it will go to
Verticil to B3, B1 to B3, okay.
from B1. If it's equal, then it will go to here. And from B3, from B2, from B2 it will go to B3. And after B3, if it's not going to L1, 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 L7, and that will be 1. This is the bit orange and
Okay, yeah,
it's a bit messy.
yeah. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you. So this is clear. So okay, B0 is this block. Okay, from here, and B4 is this L3. So from here we can go to L3. There is a possibility of going to L3. That's why there is an edge from B0 to B4. If not, it will go to B1, which is this block. Okay, and from B1 we can either go to L2, that is B3. From B1 we can either go to B3 or we will go to the next one, that is B2, right? And from B2, how many successors does B2 have? Yes, what is that? Okay, B3, right? Yeah, so that's why we have this. And from B3 we can either go back to L1, the loop, or we can go to B4, that is L3. Okay, so is this CFG correct? Any concern? Okay, what did we assume? A of I equals 1 evaluates to true in most cases. So which edge is taken in most cases? Okay, right, B1 to B2, right? So this is B1, that is, if it is not equal to 1 we will go to L2. If it is equal to 1 then we will go to B2. So this edge is a high frequency. Okay, say like let's say 90%, then it's 100%. So what is the trace here? Oh, okay, yeah, so okay, so the trace is okay, we briefly saw that trace, or inside, I mean we'll consider only in those nodes within a basic block as for traces. Okay, what are the nodes contained in a loop? What are the basic blocks that are present in this loop, this for loop? What are the basic blocks present in this for loop? B1, B2, B3, right? So okay, can you construct a trace with these 3 nodes? B1, B2, B3, because B0 is not part of the loop, right? So can you so what is the trace here then? B1, B2, B3, right? Yes, B1, B2, B3. So what are the, it's a trace, and what are the side entries and side exits?
B1 has B0 as side entry, and B3 has
Which is the side entry?
B1 has B0 as side entry.
B1 has B0 as side entry. No, okay. See, this is this is the entry, right? And entering into the entry is fine. Yes, this B3 is start instruction, right? this is a side entry because this is the trace, and from here there is an entry, right? So this is a side entry. So is there a side exit? Yes, Jayshree. Uh, B3. What is the exit? Okay. Okay. But actually, if you look at it, right, this is not really a side exit. This is the uh, this is an exit, not a side exit. Huh? Which one? B0 to B0 to B4. This is not even in the trace, right? Yes. Okay. So to, but there's a side entry, right? How do we form the super block? Right. Okay. So let's say like B1, B2, B3, okay, and B1 to B3 dash, right? And then okay, and okay, right? So this is an okay, and then we have B0, okay, and then B3 to B1, okay, and then B3 dash to uh, B3 dash, right? Uh, B3 dash to B4, okay, B4, okay, uh, B3 dash, right? Okay, and then B3 dash to B1 as well, okay. Fine. Huh? B3 to B3. Oh yeah, yeah. Now B1, B2, B3, right? Is it a super block now?
B3 to B1 is a side entry, right?
B3 to actually see this is actually an entry. We are only jumping into the entry. That's not a side entry.
Okay, but you can consider one entry as an entry.
Yes. See what is B1? What is B1 here? This is B1, right? The in this, right, control flow can enter only here, even if it comes from B3. It can only enter here. There is only one entry point, right? Okay. So now this is the super block. Okay. Uh, okay. Okay, can you does anyone want to draw the data dependence graph for this volunteer? New volunteers? Old volunteers? No one wants to do? B1, B2, B3, right? Don't want to do? Very disappointing. Okay, you can monitor from your seat itself. No, no worries. Okay, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Okay, can you tell what are the, I mean, successors of this node? This one, okay, let's say, you can say, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, okay. This is a successor, okay, good. And I think that's pretty much it. What about successor of B? C. Why? Why? Because C, right. Excellent. That's an excellent point. Because see, even though there is no explicit dependence, right, between these two, this sets the condition code register and this reads the condition code register. So there is actually a data dependence, right? Through the condition code register, CCR, through condition code register, there's a data dependence. Okay. And what about C? Is there any data dependent successor of C? No, right? It just I mean, there is only a control dependence. There is no data dependence. Okay, but remember, this is a side. Wait. L2. What is L2? L2. Okay, so this is actually a side exit, right? This is a side exit because we are moving to an off trace path, right? Okay, So, I think we missed this one, right? B1. No, this is a side. Yeah, yes, B1 is a side exit actually. I mean, B1's jump, B1's conditional branch is a side exit, right? Because we are moving to an off trace path, right? So that's a side exit, but beware of this. Okay, side exit. Okay. Okay, and what are the successors of this D, successor of D? E. Why is that? R5, right? Because of this. Okay, and what about the successor of E? Nothing. Actually, there is a loop carried dependency, but we want we I mean, inside this loop there is no. I mean, ignore the cyclic dependencies. Okay. And what about this F? What about successors of F? G. Okay. And then G. Yeah, there is a loop carried dependency, but yeah, we are not considering them. This is like acyclic scheduling. Okay, what about G? H, right? Okay, but is that all? Is there any other where H? Yes. Okay, let's see if there is any other R2. Okay, is there any other data dependency? Huh? A to C. Why is that? Okay. We can't move below. We can't move a load. Wait. Is it true? We cannot move. Okay, A to C is superfluous because A to B, B to C is there. So A to C is superfluous. That. Okay. Any other edge? No, right? Okay, okay, let's figure out. Okay, so I will delete this. Okay, so now we have the data dependence graph, right? So let's schedule. What are the instructions? Oh, okay, BFR2. Okay, okay. What are the ready list of? Okay, but this is a side exit, right? Can we move this? We wanted to be careful about moving loads out of their basic blocks, right? We don't want to. Can we move this to this basic block? Do we want to do that? No, at least not in the first version. Let's not do that, because for instance, right, if PTR not, always remember this. Okay, then y equal to